near the blue line of the Toronto Maple Leafs. Gary Roberts and Todd Harvey right now kind of wrestling as Harvey gets his left hand going, as does Roberts, and those two going at it. Harvey stumbled, got back up, and now Harvey landing with some lefts. Roberts loses his helmet, and these two are throwing a lot of punches.
Well, both guys are the same type of player. Tons of grit, tons of heart, both tough as nails. And that was a good one. Todd Harvey goes into the penalty box smiling. Gary Roberts coming back, playing for the Leafs after having a back injury and missing a game. There's Darryl. Watch Darryl.
Roberts with the backhand will clear the zone. Mike Rathje goes back into his own territory. Roberts and Todd Harvey wrestling in the center ice area. Harvey throws a punch. Not sure that Gary Roberts wanted to test the back out this way, but he's finding that it's working fairly well. Left hands by Roberts landing. This is Gary Roberts' second fight of the year, and it seemed to start rather harmlessly.
Well, Roberts is a tough guy to play against, and you can understand why you might get mad at him, but you could say that's true for Todd Harvey, who leads the San Jose Sharks in hits, and they both threw a number of punches in that fight. Don't know whether we can declare a winner or a loser, but they'll get 5 each.
Let's go to Dave Hodge with an update. Face off to the left after the first bit of bad blood in the game comes out, minute 41, and this is how it started.
Roberts, the pass coming around the boards, and in Roberts' opinion, the hit was late, and away they go.
Todd Harvey.
This is the 4th game of a 5-game trip for the Sharks. They're 0-2-1 in the first 3 and have allowed 7.
Just failed to deflect. Corson back of the net, couldn't get it in front. McGillney is launched into the end of the rink, and he is down and hurt in behind the San Jose goal. The Sharks carry on, and now we've got a scrum going here, but the main concern is behind the San Jose goal. As Brad Stewart launched him hip bone first into the end boards, and Chris Broadhurst has just arrived on the scene.
Well, we know that McGillney missed a couple of games with a bad back. There was nothing illegal about the check, and not very often do you get a full shot at Alex McGillney. Stewart did there, and he's in a real degree of pain here. Tucker and Corson came roaring over on the retaliation, but when you look at the replay, you're going to say that Stewart just made an aggressive check. Nothing illegal about it. And the puck will go back in behind the net. McGillney wins the race and was hit, and it's just the way he landed, Joe. Back right against the boards, and he is in an awful pile of discomfort.
And he is still, and I'm not sure whether he lost his wind. Maybe that's part of it. But it's got to be something else now, because you can see that he's having difficulty just getting up.
He can't get up. It's way more serious than being winded, although that may have been part of the problem. I don't know what they're going to do here, but they're going to need some help to get him off, because they doesn't look like they can get him up and glide him over to where you go into the Leaf dressing room. The doctor's coming out now to have a look at him.
Dr. Michael Clarefield is coming out onto the ice.
The Leafs
at this point, there has been no movement towards having a stretcher come out onto the ice, but you can see by the facial expressions of Alexander McGillney that he is in a lot of discomfort, and Pat Quinn is a concerned spectator to all of this as well.
The Leafs have only lost 40-man games to injury, the lowest in the National League. And you have to think that this one is more than just a minor little bruise that all kinds of players get at one time or another, as Alex McGillney can't seem to move to get off the ice. So I don't know what they're going to do here.
Dr. Leith Douglas coming on there with the assistance of Alan McCauley. Brent Smith and Chris Broadhurst, along with Dr. Michael Clarefield, is there, and it appears that maybe they are going to bring the stretcher out onto the ice here, Harry, as the door has opened where the Zamboni comes out to resurface the ice, and Alex McGillney is in, whether his back has spasmed and he's not in a position to move. Whether it is in fact something even more serious, whether it's a break or something, but he seems to be at least getting up onto his haunches. His back may have spasmed after the hit, and if you ever had anything like that, and I know you can speak from experience from having back surgery done, there is nothing on earth more debilitating than something when your back spasms on you, and that may be what has happened here, that as after the hit it has spasmed and he is just not able to get up.
Well, I don't know what the problem is, but it's pretty obvious that he's in a great deal of discomfort. He is second in the team in goals, assists, and points, and maybe in a race with Matt Sundin for the most dangerous player they've got. And he just cannot get up. So they're bringing the stretcher out to help him get off the ice without further aggravating possibly the injury.
The problem they're going to have now is to turn him over if they have to get him onto the stretcher. But it appears that he is starting to get up, and he has been assisted to his skates. And he's shaking his head at the doctors. I think he just shook his head and said, no, no stretcher. He appears to be, at least at this point anyway, a little less in discomfort than he was earlier on. I hope that it is just a spasm kind of a thing. But even still, it's going to be a big injury here for the Leafs to have to overcome, not only in this game, but down the road. Still with it, back to McCabe. McCabe stops. McCabe still with it. McCabe trying to get away there from Todd Harvey, who's without the stick. Harvey and McCabe. Here we go, round two. Harvey turtled after it looked like he was going to get it started. And let's wait and see what's happened here. The Hamilton native had a go with Gary Roberts early on, but McCabe and Harvey, and that really did look like he had suckered McCabe into the only penalty, but I think Harvey's getting one as well.
Harvey lost his stick on the original play. Look at the left side of your screen here. There's Harvey, lost his stick. Now he goes after McCabe. Gives him a little shot in the back of the head. McCabe figures they're going to go. He drops his gloves, and Harvey doesn't. And Harvey covers up.
9:34 the time of the penalties.